All right, are we live, guys?
We are? Oh, you just asked, okay. My phone off, huh?
Test, are we live on Facebook yet?
Yes, you guys are live.
Thank you.
Good evening and welcome. This is a regular scheduled public hearing business meeting of Valencia County Commission for April 16th, 2025. Ryan, would you lead us in the pledge, please? To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. At this time, let the record reflect that Commissioner Sparkman will not be with us this evening. He had a family emergency and we just asked that we keep him in thoughts and prayers, please. All right, commissioners have the agenda before us. Are there any changes by fellow commissioners? Okay, and I do believe that we have one change from staff. Item number 14. There was a request to remove this from the agenda indefinitely at this time. So that will be that won't be part of our agenda this evening. Are there any other changes by staff? Okay. With that, is there a motion to approve the agenda as amended this evening?
So moved.
Second. A motion to approve by Commissioner Berry, second by Commissioner Bazell. Any discussion on the motion of this second? Being none, Commissioner Richardson, your vote? Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, they're approved. Okay, we got one set of minutes. It's from our April 2nd, 2025 public hearing business meeting. Are there any changes to those minutes by fellow commissioners? There be none. Is there a recommendation, please?
Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve from Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Berry. Any discussion on the motion or the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Mr. Berry, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, so stand approved. Any public comment tonight? Nothing, okay. Okay, we'll go on into our committee reports. Let's see, we've had, first up, we have Deputy Clerk Brenda Green.
Good evening, Chairman Seiss and members of the commission. Tonight, I'm here to report the results of our election that was held this past Monday for the New Mexico County's Board of Directors representative for Valencia County. We had one candidate throw his name in the hat, and I want to say thank you to all of the elected officials who did come in on Monday and cast their ballot and a vote of confidence for the individual. And I'm happy to report that Chairman Seiss will be representing us at New Mexico Counties for the next 2 years. His term starts June of 25 and runs through May of 27. So congratulations.
Well, thank you guys very
Okay.
much. Thank all of you who made the effort to come out and vote, and look forward to continuing to represent Valencia County on this board.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate you guys. Okay, along those lines, we did have our commissioners affiliate retreat this past Sunday and Monday. And a couple things that we did that came out of that meeting. We had some good speakers. I won't go through all of them, but we had Senator Pat Woods go through many of the bills that did come up during the session, and he had a lot of information on those. And we had Lieutenant Garza. He is a sheriff from Otero County and went through a lot of information on use of force. Had a really good presentation on that, and he's opened that up to any of the sheriffs in the state rather that would like to go through that. And I'll be sharing that with our sheriff also. We also had Michael Elshman an attorney went through IPRA and a lot of the issues that the state is having with IPRA requests and the costs involved in that. Some of those requests are just frivolous. So went through that. Of course, there's not a whole lot that we can do at this time about that. But anyway, it was good information. We had another speaker, Howard Hutchinson, land and mineral use. He is from Glenwood, New Mexico, and did a really good job on along those lines. And we'll go into all the details of it because it'll take too long. But the retreat was actually really good, and hopefully next year we'll have be able to have some more representation or attendees from Valencia County. So we'll keep moving forward on that. Other than that, I don't have anything else as far as reports. Anything else, commissioners? Okay. We'll go ahead and move on now to our public hearing items.
Mr. Chair, can I do a staff report?
Please.
All right, so a couple of things coming up. The county is going to have this, we will not be here this Friday, Good Friday, obviously. So the county offices will be closed. We'd like to let the public know of that. And then also something that didn't make it onto this particular agenda, as a notice. But what we want to let everybody know is we're going to have a infrastructure workshop prior to the May 7th meeting. That'll be at 3 o'clock. Just kind of talk about our upcoming infrastructure needs and the growth that the county's going through and kind of brainstorming about that between the 5 of you also. We're going to do that. And I just wanted to make sure everybody knows about that.
Can you send out an email reminder on that week or?
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Sometime prior to that. Thank you.
And then something else I wanted to run through fairly quickly. I thought, let's do a departmental update quarterly, and that way it's not as long as the last one. Turned out to be pretty darn long. So good things happening within the county right now. A lot of positive movement. So I'm just going to run through a few bullet points of each department. You guys have the full report in your packet there, but the assessor's office, they're getting ready for their notice of value mailing, which will be on May 1st. Protest period preparation, and staffing and certification. They're getting everybody staffed up, doing a really good job in their trainings and everything like that. So assessor's office is doing well. For animal services department, they've been having a lot of clinics. Specifically in the last month, they had 201 animals sterilized through the Res Dog Clinic. 170 of those were public animals. The rest were shelter animals. Again, we also have our own veterinarian, which does about 10 to 12 sterilizations a day. So those are all shelter animals. So we're doing the good work there. They had a large public outreach and education event last week. Administered 250 donated vaccines to public animals, and their adoption and rescue transfer numbers are going good. So a lot of good things happen also in animal services. Bureau of Elections clerk's office, they've been working hard at updating their voter records. Since the beginning of the year, around 700 voter records have been updated. They've done an independent audit of all voter registration with the goal of cleaning up the voter rolls by June 1st. 2,700 documents have been recorded, 115 marriage licenses issued. Some of these I'm just going to let you guys read at your leisure because they're large reports. Community development has quite a large report. The detention department has finished the jail expansion. They are going to be transferring the female inmates to that new expansion this week. So as you guys have already all toured it, quite a nice expansion, really good looking work, and thank God we used those pods. So that was a plus. So another thing I'd like to say about detention, traveling to the manager's retreat or New Mexico County board meetings, anything like that, the Valencia County Jail is always a shining example as to what you should do in a detention center. Detention centers are usually costly to counties. They have a lot of issues as far as insurance risk and stuff like that. And Valencia County is an accredited detention center. Randy's been in it for a long time. He does all the MAP programs and just keeping up with the proper procedures. And so again, we are usually a shining example across the state for detention centers. So I want to give a shout out to the detention center, Randy and his team. Finance, we're working with the departments to finalize the preliminary budget. Everything's going well with that. We're going to bring, I know I told Michelle I was going to let her do it, but we're going to be presenting you with a balanced budget here in the May commission meetings so that we can get that sent off by June 1st. She has got one more update she'll give you during her presentation. Grants is, they're kind of intertwined with every single department in the county, getting lots of money for us, keeping those tasks on point and making sure we're hitting everything we need to do on time and keeping those monies flowing so that we don't lose them. So Hedemius and his team are doing awesome in the grants department. HR, indigent services. So we've, particularly on this sheet, you've got financial assistance for health care cremation services. That's to 68 residents, 6 detention inmates, and 8 cremations since the beginning of the year. And then there's another sheet in the back as far as what HR is doing. IT department, they've also got another sheet in the back, but they're currently developing a new county website. It's going to be focused on improved usability and accessibility for the public. The current one's a little bit difficult to navigate, and we want to make the ease of use quite a bit better. So we've worked with a really good team to develop something that's going to be great for the county to use. Public Works is another large department. Lena and her staff are doing really good about getting roads and stuff maintained in each one of your districts. You can see the report in the back, what roads have gotten done or which ones are in progress or in queue. So really good job there in Public Works as well. A really good report I want to focus on is safety. Gabe is doing a really good job in his department as a safety director. This is a crazy number. Danny and I had talked about this last year. We had went to a meeting somewhere and seen, all these counties were hitting all these trainings, and we were kind of in the back. Since we've implemented Gabe, we went from 250 trainings in 2023 to 835 trainings, and these are all web-based trainings in 2024. So it's a huge increase. We're hitting the high numbers like some of the other counties that were in the top 5. So we're looking to be up there in the top 3 this year, 2025. So great job with Gabe and his efforts there. We've got AED units in every single county building. We've got first aid cabinets in every county building. We just went through a huge training with CPR and AED usage. We certified 93 employees. 108 employees completed New Mexico County's defensive driving course. And we recently received an excellent review from the New Mexico County workplace safety. So it's pretty major. They come and do an audit of the building, all the buildings, make sure, people aren't gonna be tripping over wires or, ceiling tiles are hanging out and exposed electrical. So he's been doing a really good job of just making sure our county buildings are safe and mitigating any risk there. And then to wrap it up, Treasurer's Office, they're preparing for the next state property auction and working with delinquent accounts that are about to hit that 3-year mark, where ultimately the state will take over and ultimately take over that money as well. So they're knocking on doors, trying to reach these people and get them on a payment plan or whatever, just to keep that money in the county versus it traveling hands before it minimally gets back to us. So I'll tell you what, in the last 3 months, well, 4 now, that I've been working with this staff at the county, they have been gracious, hardworking, and they have just really developed into a cohesive team. We're all a team here, and everybody's willing to do stuff. Another thing that's just you guys approved last week was the incentives for the education, the Spanish, sign language. Everybody's excited about that. It, like, really boosted the morale. People are like, I'm going to school. Like, I didn't know the county provided this for us. So, it's been a really big morale boost around here. And the county is just firing all cylinders, seems like right now. And we're keeping it up. And I really want to thank all the employees of Valencia County. I hate saying that word, but, we're all team members here, and we're looking out to, serve the community well and as a team. And I think we're doing that very well at this moment. So I'd like to thank Valencia County staff very much. And I think that's it for me.
A detailed report. Thank you very, very much. Questions, comments, commissioners?
I wasn't there, but the county did go way above and beyond with Easter. Jonathan, could you tell
Yeah.
us what you guys did with
Yeah.
that?
So Jasmine and her team in the Parks and Rec department, it's funny, these planning teams that we're getting together for, say our Christmas tree lighting. We just had one for the Easter egg hunt at Las Maravillas Park. We're working together, and we're just hoping, gosh, I hope people show up for this. And all of a sudden, I mean, the floodgates open once we get there. We were expecting, hopefully 25 to 50 kids to show up for this Easter egg hunt. It's probably closer to about 100 kids at least. And then their family were there too. So luckily we had a ton of eggs for all the age groups, and Jasmine and her team, they did a good job at planning it. I know it's going to get better next year, but it's doing these things like this for the community and getting that outreach out there, letting them know that it's happening. People are enjoying this stuff. So I'd really like to, another shout out to Jasmine and her team. They did a great job at that Easter egg hunt.
Very good. Anything else, commissioners? If you guys just give me 1 second.
I guess while you're walking back up, Commissioner, I want to also let the county know and let the public know that the person you guys elected for that New Mexico County seat is pretty special. He has done a really good job at representing Valencia County, and he's a very respected leader on that board. So congratulations, Commissioner.
Thank you. Thank you. I think Valencia County has been notorious for having good representation on that board, and along with a lot of the other counties, most of them. I mean, it's a really good group of people that work hard to get things done, and I'm very honored to be on that board. So, and thank you for your mentoring, and also some mentoring from other fellow commissioners that are on that board. It's really got me going on it. So thank you. Okay. Move on to our public hearing items. This evening, we got 4 different public hearings. So as we get to each one, if anybody is here is going to give any testimony, going to talk on any of these public hearing items, I'm going to ask that you stand up so the clerk can swear you in. The first one that we're going to have, it's a zone change, Patrick Creamer. And this one is at, the location is a corner of Seabell Road and Cut Tree Lane. So if anybody's going to give any testimony on this zone change, if you'll please stand to be sworn in.
You swear or affirm that this testimony you'll give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under the penalty of the law, so help you God?
Mr. BOCC.
Good evening, Chairman, Commissioners. Before you this evening is the request for a zone change, number 2024-151. This is in District 4, Planning and Zoning Commissioner Sublet, Board of County Commissioners Bezell. Patrick Kremer, as trustee for the Kremer Family Trust, requests a zone change from Agricultural Preservation District AP to Rural Residential District 2, RR2, to subdivide the property. And the legal description as read on the agenda. This request was heard by the Planning and Zoning Commission on January the 28th. At that meeting, it was approved with a vote of 4-0, with a condition that if this property is subdivided, that each of the properties do receive an irrigation easement so they can continue to use it as farmland and irrigate the properties. And at that meeting, there were also two individuals or two neighbors withstanding in opposition of the request. Some of the things they were concerned about are wanting to maintain the agricultural and farmland of that property in that area. And also they were concerned that this would bring in too many homes to the area, leading to additional impact on their daily lives. And the applicant is joining us on Zoom, and his representative is here in person as well. And I stand for any questions.
Any questions, Mr. Baca? There being none, we want to go ahead and get the applicant up on Zoom.
Okay. I believe he's already connected.
Okay.
Thank you. Also, he does have a representative here as well today.
Okay. We have Mr. Kremer on Zoom. Are you available?
Yes. Yeah. Hi. I'm here.
Hello, how are
Can-
you this evening?
Okay. How are you?
Doing good. If you'll just state your name and address for the record, be that you're not here in person, please.
Sure. Patrick Kramer, and I live at 125 Blueberry Drive, and that's in Scotts Valley, California, 95066.
Okay, thank you. You want to give us some background and information as to what your request is?
Mr. Chairman, before we do that, can you confirm that he's taken the oath
Okay.
that you administered earlier in this meeting?
Thank you. Mr. Kramer, were you sworn in? Were you available to be, did you hear the swearing in part of this public hearing?
No, actually, I was not.
Okay, at this time, I'm going to ask our clerk to swear you in, please.
Great.
Thank you, Dave.
Do you swear or affirm this testimony that you'll give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, under the penalty of law, so help you God?
I do. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Go ahead, Mr. Kramer.
Okay. I mean, just some background. I know I'm calling in from California. So we own this land through my mother, who grew up in Los Chavez, and my grandpa Carlos, who bought the land many years ago. And it was always my mother's wish to, at some point in the future, build residential on the property. I have 3 siblings, so there's 4 of us. We've always talked about perhaps moving there one day. I'd like to preserve that option or create that option. That's why we're requesting this zoning change.
Okay, commissioners, any questions of the applicant at this time? Mr. Kramer, if you'll just stay on with us, please, throughout this hearing, I would appreciate it. And,
Absolutely.
And are you the personal representative? Would you like to come forward and state your name and address for the record?
Hello, Commissioners. My name is Dwayne Scoville. I work for MDN Surveying. I'm here on behalf of Mr. Kramer, who he's wanted us to help him in the process of getting this piece of property split. As the property stands now, it's zoned as agricultural preserve. In that zoning, you're not allowed to split down anything or split the property into anything smaller than, I believe it's 7 acres. And you aren't able to build a house on anything less than 5 or 7 acres, something like that. So in order for Mr. Kramer and his family to build houses on this piece of property, each of them to have their share of the property, I guess it's the estate of the family, for each of them to have their share, they'd like to split it into 5 equal parcels. In order to do that, we need to get the the property rezoned into rural residential instead of the agricultural preserve zoning. And so that's our ultimate goal. As Ryan stated, the Planning and Zoning Commission, our chairs, we had a meeting in front of them. They did approve our plan for the split, with the one condition that we'd do the add an easement for irrigation so that all the properties would be able to still be irrigated if the owners so wish. And we look to go ahead and do that as long as you guys will approve the zone change for us. We would appreciate it. I think that's it.
Okay. Commissioners, any questions of the applicant or his representative this evening?
Mr. Chair,
Please.
so looking at your proposed site plan.
Yes, sir.
Where is the easement that you guys are going to put it in at?
It'll be on the south property line coming from the ditch on the easterly side. It'll come along that southerly property line, all the way from the east to the furthest west property.
Any other questions, commissioners? Okay, appears there's none. If you go ahead and have a seat, and I believe we had a gentleman in the back that was sworn in, wishes to give some testimony on this. And if you'll just state your name and address for the record, please.
Yes, sir. My name is Michael Lundmark. I live on Cut Tree Lane. Current occupation is I farm
Okay, what is the address on Country?
25 Cut Tree Lane.
25, okay.
Cut
And did
Tree.
you receive a certified letter regarding this zone change?
I'm sorry, sir. Could you speak a little
Did
louder?
you receive a certified letter in the mail?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
So I came to the previous meeting. Like I said, I had no objections as to whether the land should be divided or subdivided. Valencia County is going through a growth spurt and is changing. If this zone change goes through, then my family and I will be the last agricultural preservation land in this particular district in Valencia County. Lands to the east have been, water rights got sold off, so it made sense to develop that land, cut it up and stuff. Lands to the east of us, beyond the drain, they've all been subdivided and everything else. So I understand that the county is changing. However, then what was the purpose of ag preservation? So I'm the one that brought up the subject of irrigation. The Conservancy District, for those of us that are involved, in the Conservancy District, is going through some really heart-wrenching decision-making right now about ditches that they maintain, and there's so little land that's being irrigated on it. They are going through the decision-making process, telling people, we can't maintain this ditch for you. It's just not cost beneficial. And so that was my concern. Some of the ditches on the Gabaldon lateral where this property was already is being irrigated from, have already closed turnouts and therefore fewer and fewer acres. And I'm down here at the end of the ditch, and I'm hoping that in my lifetime I won't have to deal with this. So anyways, the point that I want to make here is that this land was agricultural preservation. The last tenant farmer was 5 years ago. It's been nothing but tumbleweeds since then that we have to clean up. And so if they take and subdivide it and they sell the lots off and don't build it, that absolves them from responsibility. And we have to deal with what goes on afterwards. And like I said, our lands are agricultural preservation. So we're hoping that maybe a sensible solution to this thing was they can subdivide this piece into two pieces under the agricultural preservation, maintain the irrigation, And it would take a lot of that road, if it went, in theory, if it goes to RR2, it could be subdivided into 5 pieces, 5 homes. How many more cars on a dirt road? We don't believe that that road can handle that type of traffic. And they sell the lots off, that absolves them from any responsibility, and we are left holding the bag and stuff. So, like I said, I know it's changing, respect the decision, but then with this piece gone, most all the agricultural preservation is gone. And what happens then? We have 90 acres back there and stuff. Am I going to be allowed to subdivide, change mine? I'm 70 years old. Say my family doesn't want to come back, continue farming. This is the dilemma that we're dealing with, and it's a tough decision and stuff. So anyways, that is our hope, that it remains agricultural preservation. They can subdivide it within the agricultural preservation acreages needed, and it will not have such a harmful impact. I shouldn't say harmful, but it will not have such a drastic impact on the neighborhood and in the area there and stuff. So that is my thoughts. And do you have any questions for me?
Commissioners, any questions?
Sure.
Please.
So your family's been there a long time, right, sir?
Yeah, well, I'm a retired Marine. I found this land while I was stationed in the Marine Corps back in the early 80s, bought my first 5 acres. And I fell in love with the culture, people, Valencia County. And so even though I had to leave, my neighbor down the road, he'd call me up and say, Mike, there's down this dead end road, there's another piece of property for sale. And on enlisted Marines pay, I gutted it out and I bought everything I could. And I currently, my full-time occupation is farming. My concern is, and it's already happened to some degrees in Valencia County, is that I have livestock back there, and people don't want me to feed cattle, or they don't want me to have animals. And then there's 5 more homes that come in and outvote me. It's going to change. So the fear I have is that you get outvoted. These people come in, and then you've been doing this for 20, I've been retired for 25 years doing this full time now. And they come in and they say, well, we don't want you to do that anymore. And that was the purpose. And when they created agricultural preservation back in the day, it was any piece of property 10 acres or over was automatically zoned. Then they came in with the zoning maps and changed it. So that's my concern, is that things are going to change. Who's going to repair the roads? Right now, I'm one of the few people who have a blade to go up and down the road and blade the road.
So I guess, well, to get to my question is, how long is it, if you've been there for a long time, how long has it been since that property's been farmed?
That property that
wanted to subdivide?
it hasn't been farmed in 5 years, and we've been picking up the tumbleweeds as they blow across down our road for 5 years. They were out of state owners. They didn't care about it then until the Planning and Zoning Commission made them mow the thing and stuff. So
and then with them, with the conditional use permit, if I'm not mistaken, since that is part that they must irrigate it, they will always be paying the bar ditch use to the irrigation to help maintain that property.
they will always be, I'm sorry.
They'll have to pay the water servicing with that conditional use. So your they'll always have to pay for the maintenance of their portion of that ditch with that conditional use for them to subdivide it.
That will, they can't, from what I understand, all they have to do is put in the easement. That was.
But with the conditional use, they'll still have to pay the
Conservancy?
The services for
No,
that.
an individual owner can opt out and stuff. He can go to the conservancy and say, I'm not irrigating, I'm not paying and stuff. And so if there's, in theory, what I believe they want to do is they want to maximize the profits, cutting them up to smaller lots, 5 lots is what they'd be able to do. The guy in the middle says, I'm not irrigating, or the guy in the first one next to the ditch says, I'm not irrigating. Then the guy on the end has to maintain the whole ditch. And this is happening all through Valencia County right now for anybody that's does any irrigating. And it just becomes impossible to irrigate. And then there's no requirement for them to put in a pipeline, which is easier to maintain, or a concrete ditch. This is easier to maintain. It's just an easement. One guy out there with a shovel, 2 acres, doesn't have the equipment to go on out there and do this. And the next thing you know, there's 10 acres that's not being irrigated, not being paid to the conservancy to maintain the ditch and stuff. And it's death by 1,000 cuts, this is what it is.
Well, I get that. The other part is, this is for the attorneys, Dave, and watered in 5 years, isn't it 3 years they could start taking those like ditch bank water rights away? Could. Yeah. 7.
The thing is that I bought some lands that were mobile home lands, and they hadn't been irrigated for a long time. And there was no contract. I ripped out the septic tank, got rid of the mobile home, planted alfalfa on it, went to the conservancy, made a contract with them, paid my acreage fees, and they can start it up again and stuff. But the point is that there are very few people like me that's willing to do that and to make that investment, on a 2-acre place, or I've bought them 1.3 acres and added it onto my farm and that kind of thing. But we're back there, we're in a hole back there, and all the encroachments coming around. And I just have a feeling that if this continues, already I don't get on the roads with my tractor. I used to do a lot of custom farming around the area. I'm 70 years old. I don't need an issue with cars speeding by the way they do now. So I said, I have to quit custom farming. It's too dangerous. The liability would all be mine, because I'm out there with a big tractor going slow, and these cars even cross double yellow lines to go around me, and stuff, because they're impatient and stuff. So I cut part of my income right there. That I can't custom farm, get on the road and do any custom farming of any type anymore. I'm just reliant on the lands that we have there. Stuff. So this is what my thoughts are. They can subdivide it to some degree under the AP, and they can benefit. But if they subdivide it into 5 pieces, they don't build homes. They just sell the lots, which probably is going to happen because they didn't grow up here. They didn't live in California. They lived in California, not here in New Mexico and stuff. And they'll sell it. And I've seen it so many times before, because I've actually taken advantage of it. People that just want to get rid of it and stuff. So let me add it onto my little farm. And in the meantime, I got to cut another concrete ditch or another pipeline to get to it, and everything else that there. So what I'm saying is that I know it's changing. I can't control it all. I'm just voicing my opinion, and that if this continues to go, you might be seeing me up here in another 5 years or so. And say, hey, can I subdivide my property too? And stuff like that, because farming is getting harder and harder to do with the denser population and stuff.
I guess my last question is Country Lane, is that a private road or is it county road?
What's that?
You had said that you have the blade that you're cutting that road. Are you maintaining Country Road?
Yeah, well, on the county finally came in and put some gravel on it on that Country Lane, but on the other side of the ditch, that was never accepted within the county and stuff. I blade that road and stuff. And there's only a few people back there using it. But they don't have the blades. They don't have the equipment to do it. So I do it.
Well, but I'm asking cut tree, you don't run your blade on cut tree, right? That's a county road.
Yeah, on Cut Tree Lane on the east side of the ditch, I do. And stuff. Yep.
Thank you.
Commissioners, any other questions? Okay. Mr.
Okay.
Kramer, we still have you. Were you through?
Yes.
Okay. Gentleman here brought up some concerns, some questions he had. Would you
Yeah.
wish to address those for us, please?
Yeah, I'll say a couple of things. One is, I appreciate what he's saying and, kind of a resistance to, I guess, development or what's going on. I'd also say that my brother, who's a trustee, and my brother-in-law, they're both Marines. So anyway, thank you for that. The first time I have a couple dozen cousins in the area and who occasionally would go by the property. I was never aware of the sort of tumbleweeds and overgrowth until the last session. And so, as soon as I heard about it, within a week I had it, all the weeds and everything leveled, and could send some photographs across, because I was, concerned about that. I'd also say that my cousins, they also inherited property in that area and sold it right away. Me and my siblings have not. We want to maintain this connection we have to New Mexico. It's where my mother and her side of the family grew up. And so we plan to keep it. Mike, I'd be happy to share my contact information. I've contacted a couple of other areas, neighbors in that area, and talked to them and let them know that we would certainly talk to them first if we planned on doing anything. I also don't see that we'll be using that. I think it's Galbadon or I had a water rights specialist, an engineer and soil engineer look at the area. So it's the MRGCD ditch that I don't expect that we'll really be using it. We're not now. My mom did a lease share for, that was the last time it was used. And as he said, that was about 5 years ago, and we haven't done anything since. So, I do pay certainly the property taxes and electricity and anything that comes across. We have no dream to build a, disco or condos or anything like that. So it's just, it's where my mom grew up, and we want to keep it and we want to subdivide it. So that's as far as we've thought right now. And I did apologize at the last meeting for any overgrowth. I just wasn't aware of it. And as soon as I found out, I had it cleaned up.
Thank you. Commissioners, any questions of the applicant? No? Dave, am I missing anything on this? Brian, anything you wish to add to that? Okay. All righty. On this particular zone change, along with the others, we will be making a decision after our executive session, which is at the end of the meeting. So a little bit later this evening, we will we'll announce our decision on this. Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. You can stay on with us if you'd like to wait for that decision.
Yes.
We can get you back on.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Okay. See, item number 7, also a zone change 2025-010. Fernando Lujan is the applicant requesting the zone change. If there's anybody that's going to give any testimony on this zone change, would you please stand so you can be sworn in? Mr. Baca.
Chairman Commissioners, before you this evening is the request for a zone change number 2025-010, District 4, P and Z Commissioner Sublett, Board of County Commissioners Bezell. Fernando Lujan requests a zone change from Rural Residential District 2, RR2, to Rural Residential District 1, RR1, to subdivide the property into 3 parcels. Legal description is read on the agenda. This request was heard by the Planning and Zoning Commission on February the 25th. At that meeting, it was recommended for approval with a vote of 4-0. At that meeting, there was an individual present withstanding in opposition of this request. Some of the concerns brought up were an increased rate of crime due to the new homes being put into place and more population. There will be smaller lot sizes will decrease the value of that property as well as the surrounding properties. And then they also just did not agree with having any mobile homes moved into the property. Those were their concerns at that meeting. I just reached out to the applicant. I thought he was going to be coming tonight, but he's not present right now unless he is online, and I just didn't see him on there. So I called him just now and it went straight to voicemail. I'll try calling him again. But as of right now, I don't see the applicant present today.
Okay. Thank you very much. Do you mind bringing that up on the screen,
Yes, sir.
the map for us, please? Okay. We don't have Mr. Lujan via Zoom or online with us this evening. Is that correct? You're not with us? Okay. Gentleman in the front with the black cowboy hat, if you'll just go ahead and come forth and state your name and address for the record, please.
Lynn Wyatt Allen.
I'm sorry?
Lynn Wyatt Allen,
Thank you.
5 Lanchata Road,
Did you
Los
receive-
Lunas.
Okay, did you receive a certified letter regarding that
Yes.
zone change? Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes, I own 1 Lanchata Road and 5 Lanchata Road. And the people that are trying to do this right now, they've already subdivided some land right beside us. And it is RR2 in 2-acre parcels. And now they're trying to get another parcel that they already own down to 1-acre parcels. It's like 1.3, something like that. Most of the people that live closer to 47, right off of La Entrada, that's one of the entrances into the Valencia campus, are older, people that have been in that area, residents, real stick built homes and stuff like that, like what I have there as well. And, we were concerned about trying to have them move in mobile homes and smaller parcels of land, because right across the ditch bank, if we pull up the zoning map, everything west of the ditch is all RR2 going back to 47. Everything east is the R1, the smaller parcels. And that's where we have a lot of the problems that come from our community right there, are the ones that are living in the mobile homes up there, the ones that are, living in RVs up there and things like that. And that's where most of our problems come from. And now they're trying to bring that zoning from the east side of that ditch back to the west side of that ditch and keep coming back this way. And I don't know, maybe 5 months ago, they had a major shootout and the FBI involved. There was like 100 rounds discharged into a house about maybe a mile from our homes on the east side of that ditch. So now they're trying to switch that zoning, and that's what we're concerned about. The property that he's trying to change right now, right across that ditch, there's probably 4 or 5 RVs back there, mobile homes, and we have a lot of problem from those people. And on the last board meeting we had, there's a few of us that made those, things known, and they were like, well, get with the sheriffs. Well, the sheriffs come down there once a month, 3 or 4 cars, deep, and then they leave, and then that's all we have. So we're just trying to kind of keep it cleaned up in that area. The lady that owns the property right behind this subdividing place, I'm surprised she didn't come today, but she ended up building an 8-foot fence trying to block out that new subdividing right there for her. But they gave her a certified letter, and she was worried about the change too. And most of the people that came with me today, we don't really want to see that zoning switch on our side because most of the stuff, like I said, west of that ditch is, you know, good standing people and we do really good there. And actually today on the stuff that they did subdivide, you know, into 2-acre parcels under RR2, we have somebody moving in actually today. They ended up bringing a mobile home in there today. So that was one thing that just happened. So we're just trying to kind of keep it more of a family and rural community over there. So we don't have, you know, a lot of riffraff that we have to deal with. And that's what I have for you guys.
Thank you very much. Any questions, commissioners? Thank you. Gentleman in the front there? Yes. And if you'll also state your name and address for the record, please.
Name's Woody Haynes, representing my mother. She's disabled. She's not able to be at any kind of participant like this. She has given permission to speak for her. And she lives at 8 La Entrada.
Okay, and your mother's name is?
Mildred Haynes.
Okay, and did she receive a certified letter regarding this?
Sure she did. I've got it right here.
Thank you. That's,
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Mr. Allen said, yes, we're worried about the riprap that's there, the crime that is there. My mom, yes, she's disabled. I can't say what I would do if somebody went in and hurt her in any way, because that's, any one of us would probably do that for our own mothers. The neighbors, yes, I'd probably do the same thing for them too, but that's all that's been going on. I grew up at 8 La Entrada, and I have seen the crime since I was a kid escalate. I've seen the drugs escalate. I've seen people running up and down La Entrada 60 mile an hour. I built a house at 12 La Entrada that Mr. Sanchez lives in now. When I was there, I seen the state cops run that highway one time. And as far as a shootout, I went and give Los Lunas PD, 3 Los Lunas officers a cup of coffee at 7 o'clock in the morning when I got up. They had been out there all night. Their cars were shot up. In front of Mr. Allen's house, there was a white car that was shot up. And, you know, I offered them a cup of coffee. They all 3, 2 of them said no. One of them said, yeah, he would appreciate a cup of coffee. I was just being a citizen that, hey, you guys been up all night. I know how it is. I'll give you a cup of coffee. No grief, no nothing about it, nothing else. But the crime has been escalating in that area for years and years. And if they subdivide it into 1-acre parcels, it's going to start heading in that direction. And you're going to see older mobile homes going in there. You're going to see more drugs going in there. And we don't have the law enforcement to cover what we have now. And if we get them in there, they're not going to be able to cover that as well. I've seen it where I live. I live off of Highway 47. And yeah, it was bad there. So yeah, but that's about all I have. And the gentleman that we come into last time said he had irrigation rights, which no, he does not. Scotty Deal owns the irrigation rights to all that property. So there's basically no way. He said that if they subdivided into 1-acre parcels, he's able to keep up the weeds a lot better. Well, if you're not keeping up the weeds now, a 1-acre parcel is not going to help you keep up the weeds any better. So that's about all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Gentleman in the back, the straw hat.
Hello, members of the commission. My name is Luis Sanchez, and I live at 12 La Entrada Road, which is directly across from the street from the property in question. I also grew up on that road.
And you did receive a certified letter, correct?
Yes, sir.
Didn't mean to interrupt you. Thank you, though. Go ahead.
No problem. I lived on that road till I was in my late teens, early 20s. I went into the military. When I got out, me and my beautiful wife down there, we moved to Socorro County. We had the opportunity to move back in 2022. We love Valencia County. We love the culture. We love the heritage. We love the farming community, the way of life. That's what brought us back here. I hope the place If it does pass the zoning, which I hope it doesn't, I hope it gets more attention than it does now. It's an absolute disgrace. I'm the one that maintains the road across there since I've been there with my equipment. I can totally relate to the man in the back. I'm the one that goes up and down the road. I'm the one that keeps the weeds down. Those weeds were above 8 foot tall. You could not even see the neighbor's fence, and they have a 6 foot tall fence on the north end of me. It's an absolute disgrace. It has not been taken care of, and I don't think rezoning it's going to make it any better. But the point I want to make is Valencia County is a very beautiful place. It's home to me. It's home to all of you guys. The culture, our heritage, our way of life, having livestock in the backyard, bringing your grandchildren up to go feed some livestock, learn about cattle, learn how they're birthed, learn how it teaches them responsibility, how they got to go feed them in the morning, feed them in the afternoons. It's a whole way of life that this whole county we believe in. I just hate to see the changes, and I hope you'll side with us, and I appreciate the opportunity to address you.
Thank you. Gentlemen, nope.
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
I believe the applicant is on, he just jumped on Zoom.
okay,
So he should be, he'll need to be sworn in and then
okay.
be able to speak.
Mr. Lujan, are you with us?
This is Mr. Donaldson. Yes, sir.
Okay, and
So Trevor Donaldson is representing for this request, and we did receive his authorization for that.
okay. Yeah, you're going to have to be sworn in by our clerk, so he'll get you sworn in here in just a minute.
Yes, sir. And I wanted to apologize. I had the state of New Mexico here doing an audit. They ran past 5 o'clock and they just finished their audit and I immediately got on.
Okay, our clerk is going to swear you in.
Okay.
You swear or affirm that this testimony you'll give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, under the penalty of law, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're representing Mr. Lujan, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead. You can go ahead and explain what the request is, and we'll go from there.
Yes, sir. So we are petitioning to rezone the building so we can divide it into 1.15 acre lots in order to keep in with the tradition of the county, big yards, big open spaces. My lots that I'm wanting to divide down into the 1.15 acre will be significantly bigger than the lots to the left of me from the guys that were speaking. So those lots are 0.4 acres, so will be roughly each one of mine will be roughly 3 times the size of the smaller lots to the left. And I don't know if you guys have if anybody's driven by or seen the property, but we've since we started deciding that we were going to do this, we've made a ton of improvements to the property. And I just want to clarify something too. So that property is where all those weeds are growing. I only own a quarter of that property. So the other 3/4 are not mine. So they the fact that there's growing weeds on that field part, that wasn't my doing. My spot is completely cleaned of weeds. They're all stacked nice and high in a pile, ready to burn when we have a burn day. And my neighbor directly behind me, he does a great job of cleaning his spot too. Frankly, the weed problem, that was something that was happening a couple of years ago when Scotty Deal was trying to sell out those 3 other lots, but now they've sold and everybody's kind of taking care of it now. So there's really no weeds there at all. So the property itself has had a significant improvement. We put up a really nice fence. We tore down the old fence. I applied for a permit with you guys to get a tall fence. So I have an 8-footer around the property, and I put it up there to block out all that riffraff on the other side of the ditch bank. We've got a community problem over there where there's just, 100 trailers and a lot of trash and drug addicts and meth use and whatnot. And so I put that fence up to block those guys out. And it looks great. The fence looks phenomenal. It's a pro panel fence. And so my intention is to build 2 more homes on that property, and use one of the homes is going to be for me to live in, and then the current home that's there, I plan on renting it to college kids.
Okay. Ready, Ryan? That map, would you bring it back up, please? And just for the record, where's the closest RR1 property?
The closest RR1 is on the other side of the ditch bank, 19
having-
Landrada.
I'm having one of our staff members bring that up first.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
I apologize.
Oh, you're fine.
Chairman, Commissioners, so subject property is highlighted here in the turquoise color. The dark purple here is all of the RR2, rural residential 2. Directly east of the ditch bank is RR1, and there are some similar uses to the south and to the west of this property.
All right, Commissioners, any questions of Ryan regarding this? Please.
I don't know if this is for Ryan or not. That in our packet here, it's showing property taxes are delinquent on that property. Has that been brought current?
Chairman, Commissioners, he did bring that to current. I believe we put the receipt in there for his taxes being paid. He did pay that before he was heard at the P&Z Commission. So they have been paid for a couple months.
Any other questions for Ryan?
Ryan, are there any RR1s to the left of the ditch bank there? Where's the closest RR1 to the left of the ditch bank?
Chairman, Commissioners, give me a moment. It appears that ditch bank is the boundary between the RR2s and the RR1s. We're going to have to go further south. So the first RR1 on the west side of that ditch bank would be approximately 0.89 miles to the south of this property. And to the north, approximately 0.95. So just under a mile north and south of this property, there are RR1s on the west side of that ditch bank.
Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Sure.
Please.
But if you bring up that map, I guess it's the southwest corner, looks like a house and then an empty lot that looks like about no, it's in the purple, like right in the corner, the southwest corner of the turquoise. Yeah, those two right there. How big are those 2 lots?
Approximately half an acre for one and approximately 0.73 acres for the other.
Can I ask what is 5 Landrada? The size?
Chairman, Commissioners, the question was on 5 La Entrada. That property is 0.4 acres, and that would be to the west next to a 0.53 acre property.
Thank you. Okay. Did you get your question answered? Okay. Any other questions? Right. Okay, gentlemen that are here with us this evening, now we have the applicant's representative with us via Zoom. Do you have any questions that you would like to bring forth at this time? Please go ahead and come up to the microphone because we're recording the hearing. And again, just for the record, state your name.
Yes, sir. My name is Luis Sanchez. I'm the resident at 12 La Entrada Road. So just for reference, in the acreages that they were referencing there, those two lots are combined. So it is R2. So those are both mine and it is the R2 zoning. So it's not 1.73 acre and the other another measurement. Those two lots are combined as well going down. That's part of the old Gil Sanchez breakdown. So the way it's showing up in the acreage there, it shows as a lot line, and I can't remember, I apologize, but it goes by the track, and I think I have 6 and 7 or 7 and 8. Is that it? 7 and 8. So it may show a smaller acreage, but the zoning is encompassing more than one track. So just wanted to make that clear. That way it didn't look like there was a bunch of little lots across the street.
Commissioners, any questions on that? Anybody else have any questions of the applicant's representative?
Yeah.
Again, just state your name for the record for us, please.
Woodrow Haynes. There again, like Mr. Sanchez said, he purchased lot, I believe, 6 from my mother last year. That's why his lots are combined now with 6, 7, and 8. I lived on 7 and 8 and built that house. Now he lives on 6. He's got the 6, 7, and 8. My mom lives, her lots were 5 and 6. And we had to fight with planning and zoning to get the sale done because they was not going to sell it unless it was less because it was less than 2 acres. We had to get other people involved. We did. We got the sale done. Now she lives at 8 La Entrada, and she did have, the taxes were all in one as lot 5 and 6. So now she does not own lot 6. Mr. Sanchez does.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, commissioners? Trevor, anything else before we close this public hearing?
Yeah, I mean, I want everybody to know that I love Valencia County. All my sons were born here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna, I'm heavy in the community. I donate regularly to Berlin. I've got, I'm in good standing with the county. I'm a good shepherd of our land and our resources, and I'm gonna do my best to bring prosperity and money here to Valencia County as a business person.
Thank you. Ryan, anything else? Okay. All righty. We'll be making a decision on this zone change after our executive session a little bit later in the meeting, so we'll take care of that at that time. We're going to continue on with our public hearing items. Item number 8, ordinance 2025 subdivision claim of exemption. Mr. Baca.
Good evening, Chairman, Commissioners. Before you this evening, we are looking at the ordinance number 2025. This is a subdivision claim of exemption ordinance. This was, with your direction, we did publish the title and summary on 3/27 in the newspaper. This was at minimum of 2 weeks before tonight's meeting. This ordinance is to update our claim of exemption to meet the changes that have been done in state law. And I do stand for any questions.
Any questions, Mr. Baca?
Mr. Chair, do you recommend approval?
You know what? I didn't swear you in. I apologize.
I'm sorry.
It is still a public hearing, so I apologize. Is there anybody else that's going to speak on this ordinance? Go ahead and swear to that. I apologize.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Do you recommend approval?
So Chairman, Commissioners, at this point, this is for the public hearing. We'll be looking at that later in the action items for the approval, but yes, I would recommend for approval. This puts us in sync with what the state laws are, which is basically what we would have to go by anyway, because they're a little stricter.
Any other questions, Mr. Baca?
Mr. Chair,
Please.
it's not in our packet here. Can you maybe explain a little bit specifically what changes we're looking at?
Mr. Chairman, I'd be happy to address that.
Thank you.
The state modified, of course, the claim of exemptions are not subdivisions technically. They're just, you're allowed to do a division of land if, without going through the subdivision process, which can be very cumbersome, if you meet one of these 13 exemptions. And, there's quite a few of them. One of them is to make a burial plot. One's to give a parcel to your family member. The state law changed on exemption 13. And basically what it's doing is, previously it said that if a tract of land is divided within 5 years of the first sale, it has to go through the subdivision process. That actually changed to say that if you do it through exemption 13, basically there is a 5-year holding period for the two newly created tracts, but it does not require you to go through the subdivision process anymore after that 5-year holding period. So theoretically, if you have another exemption, you're entitled to another exemption after 5 years, you could use that, whereas previously you could not under exemption 13. Again, these are not the county's regulations. These are simply, these are the state law. This is the state law, and we want to make sure that our ordinance, when we send someone to it, reflects exactly what the state says. So.
Any questions of legal or Brian? Okay, we'll be making a decision on this here shortly.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, public hearing item number 9, 2027 through 2031 infrastructure capital improvement plan for Older Americas program. And we got Mr. Silva, and if you'll please be sworn in at this time. Along with anybody else that may be giving testimony. I don't know what there is.
I do.
Go ahead, Mr. Silva.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, good afternoon. Again, we are requesting approval of a resolution adopting the 2027 to 2031 ICIP plan for the Older Americans program. Over the last couple months, we've worked with staff from Older Americans to develop the final 2027 to 2031 ICIP priority list for the Older Americans programs. There is a deadline of May 14th in which the county must submit these projects to, and I will go ahead and read those projects and stand for any questions. The first project is to develop a master plan and design for a complete renovation of the Belen Senior Center. The scope of this work will be obviously to plan and design for a new kitchen expansion, a new walk-in fridge and freezer, new flooring throughout the facility, a new loading dock, a new serving line, and an accordion door to accommodate the activities at the Belen Senior Center. The anticipated cost for the initial planning and designing is set to be at $800,000. The second project that has been developed is the Belen Senior Center improvements. The scope of this particular project includes improvements to include energy efficient windows, ADA compliant configuration at the entrance, security gate at the northeast corner of the property, and landscape improvements. That work is anticipated to cost $600,000, and just wanted to clarify with these two projects. So the improvements projects are things that we can do without a formal plan and design, replacement of windows, some concrete work at the front. But after speaking with staff, we did want to have a master plan for a complete renovation of the project. So project number 2 consists of items that are in need of a replacement sooner than later. The third project is the Highland Meadows Senior Center. The scope of this work will be to plan and design for a new senior center in Highland Meadows. The anticipated cost for design is set to be at $800,000. The fourth project is the Belen Senior Center vehicle upgrades. This particular scope of work will be to purchase and equip 3 ADA compliant 12 passenger vans, and the cost is estimated to be $400,000. And the final project is the Meadow Lake Senior Center improvements. The scope of work include a new ADA compliant bathrooms, installation of new entrance doors with automatic door openers, and purchase of new recreational and exercise equipment. These improvements are anticipated to cost $400,000. With that said, I stand for any questions.
Any questions of Mr. Silva at this time?
Mr. Chair.
Please.
So with the Blend Senior Center, we traded the back parking lot for the building itself, so we own it now, right? We traded Blend paving that back.
I think that sounds right. I remember that. I'm throwing up my.
I think there might have been some land included with that. I'm not too certain, but
I just want to make sure the county owns all that. I would just hate to put all that money in and then they take it away from us.
Well, Dave is looking for that information. Or did you find that right, Dave?
I found the MOU for the transfer of the Las Piedras to the Valencia County, and the subject to the State Board of Finance's approval of the conveyance. The city intends to transfer Las Piedras property to the county by executing some documents. We'll need to confirm that they secured the Board of Finance approval on the transfer of property, that it was actually transferred. I think that's, so any approval that you provide today should be contingent upon confirmation.
No, that was a while back, but we never. We just check on it, make sure.
No, it's, I'm glad you caught that. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, there being none, we'll go ahead and make a decision on this here shortly.
thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. This time we'll go ahead and close our public hearing items, part of the agenda for this evening. We'll move on to our action items. Action item number 10, approval of an ordinance subdivision claim of exemptions. Mr. Baca.
Good evening, Chairman, Commissioners. Before you is a request for approval of ordinance 2025 to be determined for the subdivision claim of exemption. This was heard earlier during public hearing, and I stand for any questions.
Any questions of Mr. Baca? There be none. Recommendation, please.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion for approval from Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Richardson. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Barry, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, is approved.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, this ordinance is 2025-2.
Okay, item 11, approval of a resolution adopting the 2027 through 2031 infrastructure capital improvement plan. Mr. Silva.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, again, we are requesting approval of a resolution adopting the 2027 to 2031 ICIP for the Older Americans Program. All projects associated with this ICIP were read during the public hearing. Mr. Chairman, would you like me to read those projects again?
Please, just for the record.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to go into the detail, just the project itself.
Understood. So the first project for the OAP ICIP would be the planning and designing for the renovation of the Belen Senior Center, cost $800,000. The second project would be Belen Senior Center improvements, cost $600,000. The third project would be the Highland Meadows Senior Center, cost would be $800,000. The fourth project would be the Belen Senior Center vehicle upgrades, cost would be $400,000. And the fifth project would be the Meadow Lake Senior Center improvements with a cost of $400,000. With that said, I respectfully request consideration of this resolution and I stand for any further questions.
Any questions of Mr. Silva?
Mr. Chair.
Please.
Dave, if the finance committee did not approve that transfer of property, would we have to enter with an MOU with Belen to
Make any improvements to their property.
make the improvement?
Those improvements without getting their.
So would that mess with the state saying that we don't own the land?
No, I think my recommendation to the board here today would be to the extent that it's inclined to approve the ICIP list that was designated by our grants director, then I propose that you go ahead and authorize that subject to confirmation that the county does in fact own that property. If we don't, then we'll bring the ICIP back to the board so we can remove that item.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, Mr. Baca? Mr. Silva, I'm sorry. There be none? Is there a recommendation, please?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second?
Okay, we're approving it with a condition.
Yes, with the condition that the county does in fact own the property.
Okay, please amend your motion to include that, please.
Make motion to approve with the condition stated by Mr. Pato.
Second?
Second. Any discussion on the motion of the second? Motion for approval with the condition was made by Commissioner Berry, second by Commissioner Bazell. Sorry for getting that out of order for you. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes, it is approved with that condition.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, this resolution is 2025-26.
We'll sign it now. Okay, item 12, approval of a resolution, local bars, Ms. Houston Green.
I'll be brief this evening. I'm a little under the weather.
Oh, hope you feel better soon.
Thank you. Tonight, we just have some local bars for your approval. They don't affect cash, so therefore they only need your approval and not DFA. They're pretty simple and straightforward, so I do recommend them for approval. And I do stand for any questions you may have.
Any questions on the resolution? So recommendation, please.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion for approval from Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner Berry. Any discussion on the motion of the second? Be done. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes, is approved.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, this resolution is 2025-27.
I just wanted to say it on a separate note. He did to update you on the budget. We're working really hard to make sure we bring you a balanced budget very soon. But I wanted you to know that we've started taking action on our plan for the revising of the capital assets program. And I am very confident that we'll be in good shape for the audit this year.
Okay, thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, if I might, while you're signing, I just wanted to confirm, I've reviewed my correspondence and I have correspondence of March 4th, 2022 from the Department of Finance Administration on behalf of the Board of Finance authorizing the disposition of that Las Piedras property. I think that all that we need to do now is just simply confirm that the title has been transferred, the quitclaim has been executed, and that they've actually filed it with the county clerk. But I just wanted to share the Board of Finance did approve that transfer.
Okay, good enough. Thank you, Dave. Sure. Okay, item 13, approval of a resolution disposition of capital assets. Under Sheriff Noah, how are you?
Chairman, Commissioners, thank you guys for your time. Have you a resolution to, Sheriff's Department has a bunch of vehicles that's starting to overwhelm the back lot that we need to get rid of. The vehicles have high mileage and it's just too cost prohibitive for the sheriff's office to keep fixing them, to put out on patrol. So have the resolution before you so that we can auction off or trade in these vehicles to hopefully get some more vehicles for us to use. So I would request approval on this resolution. And if you have any questions.
Any questions of Under Sheriff Noah? There's none. Recommendation, please.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented.
Second.
We have a motion for approval from Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner Berry. Any discussion on the motion or the second? Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, pardon me. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this resolution is 2025-28.
Okay, we're at the point of our agenda for an executive session. Mr. Nance, would you please announce that?
Certainly, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, pursuant to section 10-15-1H, the following matters may be discussed in closed session. Zone change 24-151, 25-10, and county real property in section 29, county real property in section 22, and Rancho Rio Grande West, 10 acres, Bosque Heights, 5 acres.
Need a motion to go into executive session for the stated reasons, please?
So moved.
From Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Berry. Any discussion on the motion of the second? Be done. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. We will return out shortly. On the zone changes, we'll be making our decision. Back to Martin. Okay. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Mr. Nance, would you summarize the items discussed in closed session, please?
Yes. Mr. Chairman, the items discussed in executive session were limited to those in motion for closure, specifically zone changes 24-151, 25-010, county real property in section 29, county real property in section 22, and Rancho Rio Grande West, 10 acres, Bosque Heights, Belen, 5 acres. No final action was taken.
Motion to that effect, please.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Richardson. Any discussion on the motion of the second? Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Okay. Item 15, approval of a zone change 2024-151. Mr. Baca?
Chairman, Commissioners, before you is the request for the approval of zone change number 2024-151, as heard earlier during public comment or public hearing, and I stand for any questions.
Any questions of Mr. Baca? There's none. Commissioner Bazell, this is your district. You have a recommendation, please.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
A motion for approval from Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Richardson. Any discussion on the motion of the second? Be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, is approved.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I would like to make maybe a suggestion to the applicant that as this is split and the property is vacant, maybe it would be a good idea to find somebody local to lease that and farm it, keep it irrigated so that weeds and whatnot are not a problem, not hard to deal with. Just a suggestion there.
Thank you for that.
I like it.
Hear that? Roy?
Good, sir.
That's the wrong one.
Thank you.
Okay. glad you got that. Okay. Item 16, this is also the approval of zone change 2025-010. Mr. Baca.
Chairman Commissioners, before you this evening is the request for the approval of the zone change number 2025-010 as heard earlier during public hearing, and I stand for any questions.
Any questions of Mr. Baca? Okay, there be none. Again, Commissioner Bazell, this is your district. Do you have a recommendation, please?
Chair, I'd like to make a motion not to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to deny this zone change by Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Berry. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. It is not approved.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Item 17, delegation of authority and/or direction to county manager to effectuate the sale of county real property in Rancho Rio Grande and West BOCC Heights subdivision. Mr. Nance?
Mr. Chairman, we discussed this matter in executive session, and I would suggest that a motion would be in order to direct the county manager to effectuate the real property and negotiate the sale and effectuate the sale of the real property per the terms and conditions we discussed in executive session.
Motion to that effect, please.
So moved.
Motion from Commissioner Berry, second by Commissioner Bazell. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. That is approved. Okay, item 18, delegation of authority and/or direction to county manager to effectuate the sale of county real property. This one is, so we'll go through the legal description. Do I need the legal description in that? Probably so.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman?
Do I have to have the legal description on this?
No, you do not. Mr. Chairman, just, you can refer to them as items, they're numbered items 18, 19.
Okay. Mr. Nance, were you gonna, or is, you take care of that?
Certainly. Mr. Chairman, I would request the same motion that you delegate the authority to the manager to effectuate the sale and transfer the real property as discussed in executive session.
Motion to that effect, please.
So moved.
Okay. A motion from Commissioner Berry, second by Commissioner Bazell. Any discussion on the motion of the second? Be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, item 19, delegation of authority and/or direction to county manager to effectuate the sale of county real property. Mr. Nance?
Mr. Chairman, I would also advise that a motion would be in order to delegate the authority to the manager to effectuate the sale of the real property as discussed in executive session.
Motion to that effect, please.
So moved.
Second.
A motion from Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner Bazell. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. It is approved. Okay, got a couple upcoming meetings to announce. We got May 7th, 2025 business meeting, 5 p.m. there via Facebook Live. And is that the one that we have the workshop?
Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Chair, at 3
So-
o'clock, there'll be a
so there-
infrastructure workshop.
Infrastructure workshop with the commission at 3 p.m. on that same date. Those will be held here in the commission chambers. Also via Facebook Live. May 21st, 2025, public hearing business meeting at 5 p.m. That's here in the commission chambers and also via Facebook Live. Are there any closing comments from fellow commissioners? Do you have something, John?
If no other comments by the commissioners, just a quick reminder that county will be closed this Friday for Good Friday. Have a good Easter weekend holiday to everybody, and that's it.
That's it. Okay. We are adjourned. Happy Easter, everybody. Be safe.
Thank you.
You want to go with me or do you want to?
Yeah, sure.